Alright, let's study this diagram carefully together. So in front of you, I hope you can identify that there is a series circuit, okay, here. Okay, I've colored this so as to show you that this picture is basically a blown up version of this handle that you're supposed to pull through this copper wire. Okay, so as not to cause the light bulb and the buzzer to work. Okay, so what topic will this be? Because there is a circuit, I am going to focus on, let me just shift this down. I'm going to focus on electricity, of course. And because I see words like copper, okay, plastic, insulating material, I'm going to say that this is electricity plus material. So under electricity, okay, the keywords that you've learned are basically whether you need to first identify whether there is an open or closed circuit. Okay, and then you have to know whether it is a series or parallel circuit. Okay, so if, let's say, it's an open circuit, there will be no current flow. And if it's a closed circuit, it could have current flow. Okay, now for material, since it's electricity plus material, I have to think about a good conductor or poor conductor of electricity. Okay, basically that's it. I think we are good to go for this question. Right, this is the question. Let's take a look. Students from ABC Primary School made an electrical game for their school's carnival. To win a prize, the player has to pass a loop from point A, here, to point B without touching the copper wire. Okay, this is the copper wire. Diagram 1 shows the electrical game, while diagram 2 shows a close-up view of how the plastic loop and insulating handle are connected. The light bulb, battery, and buzzer are all in good working condition. So what's the first question? Let's put this away. When the students tried to play the game, they realized that it did not work. List 2 changes that need to be made to the game so that it would work. So let's underline the keywords. Okay, you want to make it work, okay? Because when they were playing it, the game did not work. So how does the buzzer game work? As you can see, the summary is right in front of you. Spend 1 minute looking through it. Alright, let's get back to the question. So what are the 2 changes that we will have to make for the game to work? Okay, I'm gonna ask you to pause the video for yourself to think about the question. Okay, here's the picture up close. Alright, did you get this answer? So the 2 changes are 1. Replace the plastic loop with a metal one. Okay, this one over here. Okay, change this to the metal one. Remove the plastic coating on the copper wire. See, it's right now coated with plastic. How is that supposed to allow electricity to pass through, right? So we have to remove the plastic coating on the copper wire. If you got both of the answers correct, give yourself a pat on the back. So in the first part of this video, we had covered the changes that had to be made to this particular setup in order for this buzz game to work. So moving on, let's look at question B. Okay, let me just put this down again. So this is the question. The students made the changes and the game worked. The students then blindfolded their teacher and asked him to guess if a participant won or lost the game. Explain how their teacher was able to conclude accurately that the participant had lost the game. Okay, so what are the keywords? As you can see here, I've highlighted the words that I should be focusing on. First of all, definitely the word explained. So this question prompt reminds us that in our answers, we have to include the keywords related to this specific topic, which we've covered in the previous part of the video. So you can go back and have a look. So how does winning or losing the game look like? If I manage to pull the loop through the copper wire without allowing the bulb to light up or the buzzer to sound, then I would have won the game. On the other hand, if, unfortunately, my bulb lit up and my buzzer sounded, then I would have lost the game. So, how could the blind teacher accurately know someone had lost? So now it's your turn to put on your thinking cap and look at the diagram carefully. I've made some changes to remind you that earlier on we've actually changed the plastic loop to a metal one, and the copper wire has to have the plastic coating removed for it to conduct electricity. So with that, look at the question again. How could the blind teacher accurately know someone had lost? Okay, pause the video and spend a few minutes crafting your answers. The blind teacher basically heard the buzzer go off, am I right? Right now we have to explain how the blind teacher could hear the buzzer go off. So for you to attempt an explanation question, I've come up with an acronym to help you remember the different features to put into your answers to make sure that you answer it fully. So remember the word decal, D, describe, E, elaborate, C, concepts, A and L, link back to the question. Okay, so what I want you to do is always describe the diagram, elaborate the concepts, and link back to the question. So let's see how we apply that to this question. Let's start with D, describe. So the first thing I will write down for my answer will be, the teacher heard the buzzer go off. After which, I will move on to E and C, which will be for me to elaborate the main concepts. So as you can see, I basically put down metal loop, touched copper wire, closed circuit, electricity flow. And lastly, I linked it back to the question.